what went into that decision process? Because you said last night you weren't quite sure what you were going to do there.
Yeah, just talking with the training staff and continuing the process of making sure our players who have been injured or who are recovering from injuries are getting the care they need and the rest they need, and not subjecting them to risk. And so these decisions are based on process, not on the results of the previous night's games. So we're just following the process, and it's important that we keep these guys healthy with the playoffs coming up. So we're just making the wise decision.
With another back-to-back coming just a couple of days, is this going to be another thing that you revisit then, or do you already plan on resting some guys?
I mean, in general, Otto and Clay are not going to play back-to-backs. I always reserve the right to play them, because what if one of them gets ejected 5 minutes into the game? That actually happened. Well, there wasn't an ejection, but we had a game in Milwaukee this year where we were down 38 at half, and Andre and Otto were both scheduled to take the next night off in Chicago. They had each played about 7 minutes. I went to them and I said, what do you think about playing tomorrow? And they said, I'm all for it. Talked to the training staff, so we played them. So there's stuff that can happen, but in general, Otto, given his injury history the last 2 years, Clay, the same thing, and then Draymond just coming back from his own injury. Back-to-backs they are vulnerable. They're more vulnerable playing a back-to-back than they would be otherwise.
How do you balance the need to get guys rest with the urgency to get some stamina and get back on track?
There's no balance to be made. You make the decision based on health.
Jordan Poole, getting an opportunity to see him. What are you noticing his development? He seems to really be getting into the groove that he's in right now.
Yeah, I mean he's just got a lot of confidence that has come from playing for several years now in the league, and figuring out the speed and the angles, and understanding what's happening before the play unfolds. All the things that come with experience are factoring in now, and he really works for his confidence. He's one of our most diligent workers at the gym, getting shots up, working in the training room, and I think he has earned the right to be playing the way he's playing, if that makes sense. He's been great, and we obviously really need him right now without Steph, especially.
Steve, you obviously been in Bam for a couple months this summer. And from what you saw there as continued development, he's still young. Is he in that Draymond, Giannis, Mikhail, Rudy stratosphere yet defensively, or is he at some sub-layer just under? I mean, where is he, I guess, in that mix as he tries to become that elite defender that he's always said he wanted to be?
I think he's in that mix now. I think just the versatility that he brings, that's what separates, to me, the best defenders in the league, is the versatility to guard multiple positions, multiple actions, to roam and protect teammates. He does all of that. He can guard 1 through 5 on switches. He is absolutely elite, and it was really fun coaching him in the Olympics. Just a great guy, great teammate, and the tandem of Draymond and Bam was really something to watch. Being able to employ one and then the other, and not just defensively. They're pretty special in terms of their ability to push the ball in transition, kind of play a point center role. Very, very unique players.
Just ask about it too. World Cup's a year and a half away, but it's not really that far away. Obviously you're in the throes of the playoff picks now and all that, but have you started thinking about how you want this summer to go, how you want next summer to go, or do you have to wait until this season ends for you to really?
Remember back in the day when colleges would hire the father of Danny Manning, perhaps, or the fathers of touted recruits? Yeah,
Last year.
yeah, yeah. Is that still going on? Yeah, that's the only reason I hired Spo on the staff. I just want him to bring Bam. That's the only reason. He brings no value other than that. It's just as long as you bring Bam, you're good. I should say apologies to Ed Manning. That was an unfair shot.
Just keep one more. Defensively, you guys have been elite, one of the best teams in the league. Obviously, as of late, it seems to be maybe a little bit of slippage. What do you see that you want to focus on?
We've been, for the last 18 games, we're 6-12. We're 27th in the league in defense there. And I think it's a combination of kind of breakdowns in multiple areas. Our transition defense has been bad. We aren't guarding the ball well. We're getting beat one-on-one. As a result, we're rotating and then getting beat at the three-point line, and this is just not the same team that we were the first 2 months of the year. Now, most of those games have been without Draymond, and I have so much faith and belief in Draymond that I think those numbers are going to change. But it requires all of us to bring back a mentality that we had earlier and cover up some of those loose ends.
You guys have the ability to defend the paint and actually cover the perimeter better than any team I've seen. Typically, like Spo is much more defensive paint. Do you have a specific philosophy of taking away one or the other?
Our philosophy is to take away the paint, and then to recover out to shooters and challenge shooters from there. But you got to be able to do one, and if you're not doing one of them, then you're in big trouble. And we've been giving up paint points and 3-point shots. When we've been good, the first 2 months of the season, we were the best in the league at protecting the rim. I think we had the lowest field goal percentage against us in terms of rim attempts, and Draymond and Loon both were fantastic with that. But that has really dropped. Like I said, teams are attacking the rim on us, and that's an area we've just got to get better with.
How would you assess where Clay and Draymond are at health-wise as they continue to work their way back with injuries?
I think they're doing well. Draymond's only had two games back, I think, maybe 3. But he's coming along well, and Clay's doing great. His minutes are no problem now. His conditioning, his wind, the rhythm, it comes and goes, but that's to be expected after 2.5 years of absence. So you just have to keep going and keep working, and things are gonna get better.